guy that I met named Al Kapone, this is a local rapper who is not a big platinum selling artist. He's a guy that's selling his CDs like out of his trunk, at drive-in movie theaters, in stores, at picnics, any way he can. And he called me blind and just said, I hear you making this movie. And I said, okay, you get one shot. You got to write something on spec.
And if I show no remorse, I reap the devil's reward. He said he give me riches, but I'm looking for more.
Al talked to Terrence Howard over the phone, and Terrence imparted a lot of personal information to Al. And that's why It Ain't Over. It's the most personal, introspective song that DJ writes.
Pride in him, even though he passing for white. Took years from my life, now I'm missing the man.
Al, in one night, made the beat, wrote the flow, brought in a woman to sing the hook, and made one song on spec.
I just wrote it. I was totally zoned out. I gave me a little drink and a little something, and put a little, found a little instrumental, and it just came out.
John and I came into the studio, and I'm looking at Al like, I don't know what he's gonna give us. And he starts in this song called It Ain't Over, where the hook comes in, keep hustling, keep flowing, and it was perfect.
Keep hustling. It ain't over for me, no it ain't over for me. Keep flowing, I'ma step my game up and get what's coming to me. Keep hustling.
And John just like stood up, we're like high-fiving each other, and he's like, you got the job. And here's this guy, Al Kapone, just glowing, right? Like he made this effort, and it just paid off. And then John Singleton goes, you got anything else? And he goes, yeah, I got this song called Whoop That Trick.
I had a song called Beat That Bitch way before I did Whoop That Trick. And the reason why I was gonna do Whoop That Trick was a lot of women thought I was talking about beating women.
I looked over at Craig and said, we gotta get that song, and you gotta put it in the script, you know, the transition of how the song went from one title to the next title.
It was originally called Beat That Bitch, but people were getting the wrong idea. And so suddenly, like, me and John are kind of like getting creative. It's like, man, what we should do is we should start it off being Beat That Bitch, and then Key should have an issue with that, you know, and say, man, we want radio play, so let's change it to Whoop That Trick. And we get to explore the whole bitch of it all.
It's just that we want radio play, right? And man, you got a song called Beat That Bitch. They might hear that and think that's the grade.
Yeah, but that's if you're calling a woman a bitch. This sounds like a tearing the club up song.
Hey, man, I ain't trying to call no hoe no bitch.
Yeah, I mean, besides, most of the bitches I know are guys.
Look, man, y'all preaching to the choir, all right?
If you were to say something different other than beat that bitch, what would you say?
I don't know. Shit. Stuff like, stomp that hoe.
The first number we did, Whoop That Trick, was live. Terry spit it out. Al Kapone was in the room, and Terrence was literally just absorbing Al's Memphis crunk.
This one song turned into two songs now, and so, you know, now Al Kapone is like a big part of Hustle and Flow, and it's because he hustled his way in.
Get him, whoop!